compliance, and responsibility. Let's have a quick look. I'm Karen Hand. I'm a board certified hypnotist, author, trainer, speaker, and I really like to call myself an IT specialist, internal transformation specialist. Transformation leads to transformation. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. And first, look at suggestions, because that's what we hypnotists do. We give suggestions. Hypnosis, at least suggestions, are a lot like a parking lot. Look at this parking lot. It's got some great suggestions on it. But before the suggestions were drawn on the parking lot, an engineer was hired. And before the engineer, someone had an idea that this blank field would be a great place to store cars. When they made that decision and acquired the field, somebody hired an engineer. The engineer then looked at this space, measured it carefully, asked the owner what they really wanted to accomplish here. And when they said parking the maximum number of cars in the most efficient way, the engineer set to work, measuring, looking, designing, and voila, came up with some brilliant suggestions. These suggestions suggest where to park. They suggest where not to park, but we have the landscaping here. They suggest the direction that you go. A beautiful plan with perfectly constructed suggestions. And then you deal with humans. You know, suggestions are taken or not. Now, we are always in some sort of trance or another. So in this parking formation, it appears that everybody who put their car there, they were all in the perfectionist trance, putting it right in between the lines. That is completely taking the suggestion hook, line, and sinker. But not every suggestion is taken perfectly every time, right? So in this top spot on the top right, you've got the car and the driver might have been in the don't get close to my little red car trance, and they were in the protection trance and put it right in between the lines to protect both sides of their car. Interesting trance. Yeah, bottom left here, we can learn a lot about that. That person was in the I'm in way too big a hurry trance, or rules don't apply to me trance, or I just don't care, or there's nobody else here, so what difference does it make? We can't be sure of what trance they're in, but we know one thing for sure. They did not take the part between the lines suggestion. Doesn't mean that person can't take suggestion. They obviously took the this is the place to put your car suggestion. We don't know if they went in the entrance or in the exit. We don't know if they jumped the curb, but we do know they took the suggestion that this is the place to put your car. So even that person can take a suggestion. They just may not take all of the suggestions. Over here on the bottom right, this little white car there is very interesting to me. The big SUV made its own decisions about what to do. And the car on the left, that little white car said, I'm flexible. I can park that way too. Or I follow the leader. We're not sure what, but we know that they can take suggestion. Everybody can take suggestion, but not everybody takes all of the suggestions all of the time. That's why we back up and approach each client from the curiosity frame. What trance are you in today? What trance got you into this problem mindset? And what can be changed so that the trance delivers some better feeling thoughts, better thinking? When a client wants to make a change and you are observant and curious and find out what trance they're in, you can be the IT specialist and construct some beautiful suggestions. Just don't be offended if your suggestions are taken or left. Some of them taken, some of them not. The clients will all do their own internal transformation to make the transformation they're looking for. It's your job to help them. Now, responsibility lies with the client. And with you, it's a 50-50 proposition. It is a trance dance, after all. Your responsibility is to be curious about the client. Find out what trance they're in and what trance will work better for them and help them make that change. Make suggestions that lead to that better feeling state. The client is responsible too. Don't fall in the trap of you wanting the change more than your client. They have to fulfill their part of the bargain. They have to take enough of the suggestions to actually do the work that needs to be done to affect the change. The rule of thumb is there is no change without change. Construct the best suggestions you can, really put them together well, and then allow your client to take them or leave them as works best for them, and allow your client to do the work to make the change successful. I'm Karen Hand. You can always contact me at Karen@KarenHand.com.